Hey y'all, welcome to the Blue Plate Special. We are live right here in downtown Knoxville, and it is a beautiful day. If you're walking around out there listening to your transistor radio, which I know there are lots of people doing that these days, come on in and join us here at Visit Knoxville. We got a great show lined up for you today, coming to us from the middle of Kentucky somewhere. We'll talk about that a little bit more later on. We've got y'all give a big welcome to Boone Pittman.
And he sacrificed greatest price, but legend still lives on. Cannonball to the sun, riding hard up toward the throne. 110 on number one, riding hard, young Casey Jones. Well, Johnny rode the Central Rail, was the fastest on the line. He would do anything it took to get you there on time. Lord, he sounded like a whippoorwill when he left that whistle on. And all the folks had heard me say, there comes young Casey Jones. Cannonball to the sun, riding hard up toward the throne. 110 on number one, riding hard, young Casey Jones. Keep your eye on the rail, fighting time, right like hell. Riding hard up toward the throne, riding hard, young Casey Jones. He was working on a double shift on April 29. And he jumped back on the number one and running past an hour behind. Well, he gave it hell on those rainy rails, and he caught up miles of time. And he beat the sun just north of Bonn, thinking everything was fine. Well, he saw the flag man a little too late, trying to warn the cannonball. And on the main rail in the fog ahead, a passenger train was stalled. Well, he said, boys, better jump off now if you don't want to die. There ain't no way that I can stop the number one in time. Well, Casey tried to hit the brakes, although he knew it was all in vain. There's just no way that he could stop the impact of the train. Still, he rode it down until the end, into the great unknown. And every life will save that day, all except young Casey Jones. Cannonball to the sun, riding hard up toward the throne. 110 on number one, riding hard, young Casey Jones. Keep your eye on the rail, you're fighting time, right like hell. Riding hard up toward the throne, riding hard, young Casey Jones. Riding hard, young Casey Jones. Riding hard, young Casey Jones. Riding hard, young Casey Jones, yeah. Riding hard, young Casey Thank you so much. My name is Boone Pittman from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, and up here with me, this tall, handsome man. Yes, ladies, he is single. From Waddy, Kentucky. This is Skinny Mulligan. Thanks for having us back here at the Blue Plate. I'll do a song off our last album that we released in 23. This is off the Resurrection Noise album. I wrote this song for all the flood victims of Eastern Kentucky of the storms that hit earlier that year. Since then, they've had 2 more flood events. It's unfortunate that the song is still very much applicable. This song is called East of Ravenna. Well, rain will fall and waters rise. We've seen better days and bluer skies. The ashes come and watch us rise, but that's just what we'll do. Think their spirits brand destroyed. Come and hear that resurrection noise. These wastelands heard the Father's voice sing, I'm doing something new. Times are hard, east of Ravenna, and it's hard to notice where to begin. We ain't lost, ain't close to finish, and the sun's gonna shine on Jackson again. Well, you don't know what you stand to lose till you see your town on the evening news. The world looks down upon your blues, but they can't see what's going on. We've all come to know firsthand that spirit moving across this land drives us to help our fellow man, rising up Kentucky strong. Times are hard, east of Ravenna, and it's hard to notice where to begin. We ain't lost, ain't close to finish, and the sun's gonna shine on Jackson again. Thank you.
That's Boone Pittman on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me, man.
Hosted you on the show before. I feel like maybe the last time you were on the show, in fact, you were on your way to or coming from having played at a flood benefit concert or something like that.
That sounds about right. Yeah, I think we had just dropped that album. That would have been around 2023, if I'm not mistaken, yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of dropping things, you just dropped a new EP. Tell us a little bit about that.
It's called Tyrone Blues. It's been out since April 25th, so anywhere that you listen to music or download or whatever, it's all out there. There's 5 brand new songs on it. One of them's an instrumental, and it's a really cool instrumental. Lots of great pickers on it. It's a title track called Tyrone Blues. The little city of Tyrone is just kind of a neighboring town to where I live. I live right there in Lawrenceburg. If you're familiar with Wild Turkey Bourbon, that's where it's made, is in Tyrone, Kentucky. And there's a really beautiful bridge. It's an S bridge, one of the few S bridges in the world that still remain. And that's all part of just the world that I live in. So I just try to continue to capture those elements in my life and my music. So.
All right, so that's your newest stuff, but you've put
Yeah.
out 6 albums and
Got 4 studio albums and 2 live albums. Yeah, and I think we have most of them here. If anybody wants to take home with one or 2 or 5,
or a box full, yeah.
a box set.
How that goes. Of course, those are, I'll always hesitate to even say this because, it is hard to sell physical copies these days, but people can also find your music on streaming platforms and so forth. And it sounds like your website is a good portal through which to keep up with you.
There's links to all my socials from there. Yeah, dboonepittman.com, like Daniel Boone, no relation. Just dboone, BOONEPITTMAN.com.
All right, and we're just going to leave if and what D might stand for a mystery.
It's a mystery. I don't even know, honestly.
You're not even sure anymore. Well, you've been winning some awards, being nominated for some awards recently in the songwriter world, the Josie Awards in particular. You won Songwriter of the Year last year. You're nominated again, and one of your new songs off the EP is nominated as well. For those of you folks who might not know that much about the singer-songwriter world, tell folks what the Josie Awards are.
So the Josie Awards, they're based out of Nashville, Tennessee, and they actually have the award show at the Grand Ole Opry, but it's for independent artists. So if you're not signed, if you don't have a label, it's an awards program for those of us that haven't been signed, and it's a wonderful organization, and it's a really class. It's just like watching the CMAs, and yeah, I've been nominated several times, but last year was the first time I'd actually won anything, so it was great to finally take home some hardware. But I'm just blown away at it all. I mean, I got the award for Songwriter of the Year last year, and I've been nominated again this year. That'll come around in November when they actually have the award show. And we had a song, a duet I did with another artist out of Kentucky by the name of Clark Kissick called That Slow. It's been nominated for Vocal Event of the Year.
Well, cool. Congratulations on all of that. So we got some more stuff about your career we can talk about in the next break. But right now, I just wanted to ask you a little bit about your background because, you were inspired by some family music, and share that with us.
I grew up in a home where music was just playing all the time. I woke up to music. It's just, my mom and dad were both lovers of music. They both have their own favorites. My mom listened to a lot of oldies, classic rock, Chubby Checker, Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis, that kind of thing. And Dad he cut his teeth on bluegrass, but he had his own country band called Jackie Pittman and the Fugitives. We all lived in Ohio at the time, back in the 70s. And he played in the clubs there in Dayton, so he was well familiar with modern country at that time. And he would pay me $1 a song to sit down and try to figure out the lyrics. I mean, I'm like 6, 7 years old. I'm trying to interpolate adult lyrics in the mind of a child, trying to help my dad out. And I have no idea how close I came to these lyrics, but I got my $1. I remember having to chart out "Lying Eyes." You know how many verses there is of that song? So that my dad could learn how to sing it. But anyway, he taught me how to play the guitar when I was 14. I finally bit the bullet and asked him how to eat a little crow because I refused to do it all those years. And the rest, as they say, is history. I've never really set it down.
And it sounds like when you play with a full band these days, you honor your dad's band.
We
the
are
same
the
name.
Fugitives,
You
yeah.
are the Fugitives as well. All right. Well, very cool. Well, let's get some more music.
All right. This song is also off the Resurrection Noise album. There's a lot of flood subject matter on that album and that's by design. And this song was actually, we got a little chart action on it when we released it in 23 on small and medium markets. So I think it peaked at number 5 on the country singles chart for internet radio. So pretty proud of this one. This one's called "Love and Floods and Other Natural Disasters." I got loose living in your dream field, just like abuse all that time. Around my neck was a noose and a gold chain. World, no one can say that I didn't try. Got nothing left, I can't even cry. I guess it's just time for us to say goodbye. Sugar Plain. Well, I wonder if you know, while we're sorting through our stuff, There are homes back in the east, lost it all back in the flood. Well, I'm no good with words, talking about what's in my head or what we say. None of it really matters. Oh, but if I could write a song and make it all make sense, I'd write about love, floods, another natural disaster. You could. There were times I thought you would be the woman of my dream. Well, blame it on my restless heart, blame it on my selfishness, blame it all on me, darling, you're just me. Well, I watched it on my phone as the whole world is melting down. I watched those waters rise as I watched our true love drown. Well, I'm no good with words, talking about what's in my head or what we say. None of that really matters. Oh, but if I could write a song and make it all make sense, I'd write about love and floods, another natural disaster. With words, we're talking about what's in my head, what we said, none of that really mattered. Oh, but if I could write a song and make it all make sense, I'd write about love and floods, another natural disaster. Well, now I'm no good with words, we're talking about what's in my head or what we said, none of that really matters. Oh, but if I could write a song and make it all make sense, I'd write about love and floods, another natural disaster. I'd write about love and floods, another natural disaster. I'd write about love and floods, another natural disasters. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. We'll do one more off that Resurrection Noise album. The Saturday after the storms had hit in 2022, I was playing a show on a campground on the Kentucky River called Cummins Ferry. It's just outside of Harrodsburg, a little town called Salvisa. And as I'm setting my stuff up, a friend of mine was there. He's like, "Hey man, have you been down to the river yet?" I said, "No." And we walked down, and the river was just completely cluttered. And by cluttered, I don't mean like logs and trees and leaves and things that you would normally see after a storm. It was cluttered with people's belongings. I mean, just from one end, as far as you could see, there was everything from kids' toys to clothes to you name it. If it was in somebody's house, it was in that river. And I don't know how far downstream this stuff had floated down, but it was just like 2 days after the storms had hit eastern Kentucky. It took the lives of 80-something people. And thousands and thousands were displaced after that. So it was really kind of just a tragic moment and a surreal time for me, because then I had to go back and try to entertain a campground full of people for 3 hours after seeing that. So I kind of wrote this song out of guilt. I went home and wrote this song. It's called The Gig Downstream. 2, 3, 4. streams and big RVs all lined up in a row. Fire burning, playing an outdoor live acoustic show by the riverside. Watching people's lives slow by. Yeah, people drink and singing all completely unaware. Just upstream, the shattered dreams drift down the thoroughfare while I keep time, watching people's lives flow by. Well, I swear, man, 'cause I'll never understand the way misfortune falls upon the land. And rivers high, but out in Texas it stays dry. Here I sit, watching people's lives flow by. Here I sit, watching people's lives flow by. Till there just was nothing left. Homes are tossed and lives are lost and towns completely wrecked, and here am I, watching people's lives flow by. Well, people tossing cash into my can, so I will sing. It just ain't wrong, 'cause I don't feel like singing anything. I'm mortified, watching people's lives flow by. Well, I swear, man, 'cause I'll never understand the way misfortune falls upon the land. And rivers high, but out in Texas it's still dry. Here I sit, watching people's lives flow by. Here I sit, watching people's lives flow by. Misfortune falls upon the land. And rivers high, but out in Texas it stays dry. Here I sit, watching people's lives flow by. Well, I swear, man, 'cause I'll never understand when misfortune falls upon the land. And rivers high, but out in Texas it stays dry. Here I sit, watching people's lives flow by. Here I sit, watching people's lives flow by. But I guess it's time to tear it down and head myself back home, where everything is right there where I left everything I own. What's in my eye, watching people's lives flow by. Thank you so much. Here's one off the brand new EP. This is a song I wrote about just some memories I had of the courtship of my lovely wife. I changed the lyrics to kind of match the region that I live in, because when we were dating it was in Texas, and it just made more sense to write it about where we were at the time. Anyway, this song is called Patty Dear. Patty dear, oh Patty dear, it's getting dark, I need you here. Won't you come lend me your ear, and I'll sing you a song. I'll sing you a song. The sun is setting in the west, you can see it from my porch today. Bluegill are out on the nest, won't you come along? Won't you come along? walk down by the lake and share a jug of wine. I ain't asking for forever, maybe just a wet line. Let's see where it takes us from here. Well, Patty dear, oh Patty dear, don't be coy, you made it clear. I can see it in your eyes you care, so don't string me along. Don't string me along. Let's get him on. Take a six-string by the lake and sing you a few rhymes. I know your heart's been hurt before, and I'm too fearless of mine. Let's see where it takes us from here. Well, Patty dear, oh Patty dear, it's getting dark, I need you here. Won't you come lend me your ear, and I'll sing you a song. I'll sing you a song. Thank you so much.
That's D. Boone Pittman on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. We're going to get some more music from them, but I need to break in here and thank some folks who make this show possible. The WDVX Blue Plate Special is presented by Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria on Jackson Avenue in Knoxville's Old City, home of the Big Plate on Fridays, and by Modelo Especial and Corona Extra. Coming up this Friday on the Big Plate, we've got Bristol Lightning and lots of other great shows on the calendar as well. You can always find out more on WDVX.com. Additional support comes from Visit Knoxville. Well, a couple of things before we get back to the music. First of all, we should mention that you all are playing again today and then also tomorrow. So tell folks where you are playing.
We got a two-night stand at Old Reds in Gatlinburg, so if anybody wants to cart on down there. We start at 4 o'clock, so it's 4 to 8 today, and then
3 to 6?
3 to 6 tomorrow. Thank you. Yes.
Well, those are some long shows.
Yeah. Well, you know, if we're going to drive down here. If we're going to drive down here and do it, might as well make it count.
Do it right. Yeah, exactly. Well, let's get back to some more music, but as we ease back into this, you mentioned that you have a music video for a new song. So tell us a little bit about that, and then I guess you're going to play us the song, right?
Yep. Name of the song is The Gardener. The music video was just released on Mother's Day weekend, Mother's Day at midnight. So I hope you get a chance to listen to it, go out and watch it. Just it's on my YouTube page. Again, all my links are on my website. But the song is actually one that I started writing to honor my wife, who loves working in the garden. And she likes to share that experience with the grandkids. And as I'm writing the lyrics, memories of my own grandmother began to surface, and I began to remember those moments. It's just funny how things get triggered, you know, whether it's a song or an odor or just whatever, something that just triggers a memory. And I remember my grandmother working in the garden. She always loved to sing gospel songs when she's out there working in the garden. So this song is for anybody that has a memory of that with their grandmother. If you've ever strung beans on the front porch with your grandparents, this song's for you. It's called The Gardener. 2, 3, 4. I remember Granny in the garden after breakfast every day. Cotton apron and a straw hat that had both seen better days. I watched her work till she was bleeding, but I guess guess that was just a thing. But if you listen very closely, you could hear the gardener sing. Those sweet gospel tones are flowing, every hoe you pick and ring. She let me tag along, said just watch out for the stain. And she said, boy, bring me a bushel and help me pick this mess of beans. And then we'd string them on the front porch while I heard the gardener sing. Amazing grace, blessed assurance, Rock of Ages clear for me. Well, I hung on every note, every word, and every melody. It's where I learned to work the land, where I learned about the King. Right there hidden in those rows of corn, where you could hear the gardener sing. On the hilltop, she left quite the legacy. One day I hope to see her there, 'cause I know right where she will be, lifting praises with the roses, where you can hear the gardener sing. I can almost hear her lifting praises with the roses, or you can hear the gardener sing. Thank you. That's on the new EP, The Gardener. Thank you. This next song is off the very first album we put out, the Bluegrass American Dream album. It took me weeks to write this song because there's just so much story to it, some good Kentucky history, and I had to do a lot of research on it. But back in the late 19th century, the state of Kentucky was just really a state for a thriving iron industry, and there's these little iron furnaces scattered all over the state of Kentucky still yet. This is kind of a monument to that. And this song is about the largest iron furnace in the state of Kentucky, which was found in Fitchburg, Kentucky, which has happened to be on the backside of the mountain that I grew up in, a mountain called Furnace Mountain. 2, 3, 4. There's a monument of rock and stone, standing strong to make it known, of a one-time thriving iron community, where they stirred the coal that melted ore, that made the rails after the war, brought the town Pittsburgh opportunity. Well, Frankie found investors to buy into his dream, and he designed a furnace like this land had never seen. They had twin stack smoking high, just like a blazing fiery fountain, gonna light that eastern sky on Furnace Mountain. Well, just keep that coal burning, boys, keep that money counting. We're gonna make our way today on Furnace Mountain. We're gonna make our way today on Furnace Mountain. Well, Pittsburgh was a rockin' man, they were saving small general store, and they had postal workers. On Friday they would fill the jail, and on Sunday fill the churches, and they had twin stack smoke hot as like a blazing fire fountain. Gonna light that eastern sky on Furnace Mountain. Well, just keep it cold, burning boys, and keep that money counting. We're gonna make our way today on Furnace Mountain. Gonna make our way today on Furnace Mountain. Things got hard in '73 for the Red River Iron Company, and it meant the end for the thriving little town. When Pittsburgh started making steam, what have brought an end to Frankie's dream. Then came the day they shut the furnace down. Later on, a shiner tired to see it, a ragged furnace shade, loaded up the sink with TNT, and it blew it all to hell. And now them twin sacks, they ain't burning now. The hard times, they are mounting, and there's nothing left for us on Furnace Mountain. Yeah, no more gold burning boys, and no more money counting. And it's time to get away from Furnace Mountain. It's time to get away from Furnace Mountain. Well, the steel store, rock and stone, it still stands to make it known of a one-time tribe and Irish community. Where they stirred the gold and melted ore that bathed the rails after the war. A monument to Frankie Pitch's dream. Well, there ain't much happening there today, still Victoria's passing by. No one stops to give a thought to those who gave their life when they had twin stacks smoking hot. It's like a blazing fire and fountain. Gonna light that eastern sky on Furnace Mountain. Well, just keep it cold, burning boys, and keep that money count. We're gonna make our way today on Furnace Mountain. We're gonna make our way today on Furnace Mountain. Thank you so much.
That's D. Boone Pittman getting some help from Skinny Mulligan over there on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. We're going to get one more song from these fellas, but before we do, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. Encourage you to go visit with them over by the merch table when we're done here. For those of you out there listening in Radio Land, you can keep up with D's music at dboonepittman.com. And I'll point out again that they are playing today and tomorrow at Old Reds in Gatlinburg. Today they'll be there from 4 to 8 and tomorrow from 3 to 6. So you can catch them again that way. Let's get one more song.
This last song is also off the new album. I wrote this song. This is a song that tells a story of a friend of mine. Him and his wife are having some marital issues, and that ended up turning into a separation, and it ended up being a long-term separation. So once that separation started turning into like 6 months, 8 months, and a year, his friends and all of us were like, dude, man, you might want to think about moving on with your life. She ain't coming back. But he would not do that. He would not give up. He kept praying. He kept waiting and hoping. And sure enough, she came home, and they've lived happily ever after. So this is a song about true love and persistence and resilience. This song is called tomorrow. Well, it's another long night as I lay patiently alone, crying and longing till the crack of dawn while I pray. But tomorrow's gonna be a good day. Well, I woke up and I saw your bedside was still vacant. It's a matter of time for you to awaken and find your way. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a good day. Well, winter turned to spring and spring turned to summer. The 2 years it came and went. I don't know what kind of spell she's under, but I know one day soon she will repent. Yeah, my friends will say I'm crazy, hanging on to something shattered, but I ain't giving up, and no matter what nobody said, yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a good day. Spring and spring turned to summer. The 2 years it came and went. I don't know what kind of spell she's under, but I know one day soon she will repent. Well, my friends will say I'm crazy, hanging on to something shattered, but I ain't giving up, and no matter how long it takes, yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a good day. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a good day. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a good day. Thanks so much. Skinny Mulligan.
That's D. Boone Pittman on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. Hope you'll join us next time for more real live music. But right now, I'm going to send it back into the studio.